welcome back. In sports news, match day 24 of the Nigerian Professional Football League produced a total of 20 goals, with Abia Warriors and Enyimba playing a thrilling 3-3 draw. The first half ended 2-2. In the second half, Rashid Olabi gave Enyimba the lead until Chikatara Chisom produced a fairy tale ending to level up for the home side. In Benin, Peter Ebimoboe scored a hat-trick for Bayelsa United in a 3-0 defeat of Kaduna United. League champions Kano Pillars lost their second successive away game in a 2-1 slump to Warri Wolves. It was only the game between Sunshine Stars of Akure and Warri Wolves that ended a goalless draw. Well, Liverpool begins post-Suarez era with a 2-1 win over Southampton at Anfield today. Daniel Sturridge continued from where he stopped last season, scoring a crucial goal 10 minutes from time to seal the victory. Raheem Sterling had opened scoring 23 minutes of the game before Southampton levelled up.
Well, what a ball from Henderson. Oh, it's a brilliant ball from Jordan Henderson. I think Liverpool have benefited more from the longer ball from what we've seen so far, and that's just delicious. I mean, he doesn't really have to adjust. He has to just steady himself, Sterling, and he can just pick a spot. The ball is so good. And Southampton are caught. There's been a few of these where Southampton haven't looked comfortable, and again, the cover isn't there. Klein was a little slow start in the second half. Klein. Tadic says lovely. Nathaniel Klein, 1-1. It's a smashing goal. Southampton have...
Well, in the other game, Premier League champions Manchester City began the defence of their title with an impressive 2-0 win at Newcastle with goals from David Silva and Sergio Aguero. Manuel Pellegrini's team were rarely tested by the hosts and took the lead in the first half when Silva tucked in following a brilliant back heel by Edin Dzeko.
Of their season of defence. Wonderful ball by Yaya Toure. A great bit of movement by Dzeko and Silva following up. Just look at the run, the way he spins out into the space behind Janmaat there. The clever back heel, the trademark, beautifully worked goal. Lovely ball by Yaya Toure. He drifted that ball. It almost sat up perfectly. And there was Silva whipping that
Fernandinho. Sergio Aguero, and again, that is that.
Let's bring it closer home now. Nigeria's under-20 women's team, the Falconets, have qualified for the semi-finals of the FIFA World Cup in Canada. Azizat Oshola and Uchechi Sunday scored a brace each as Nigeria defeated New Zealand 4-1 to reach the last four of the tournament. The Nigerian team was on top form as Azizat Oshola scored 2 early goals in the first half to ensure they take the lead in the break. In the 85th minute, Uchechi Sunday scored Nigeria's third. Moments later, New Zealand pulled one back and Sunday responded with another. Up next for the Falconets is Korea Democratic Republic. The match will be played on Wednesday. On to tennis. World number 1 Serena Williams won her first Cincinnati title with a straight sets victory over Anna Ivanovic. The 32-year-old American struggled at the start but recovered to win 6-4, 6-1 in 62 minutes. This is Serena's first victory at the event in 6 attempts since 2006. She has now won 62 WTA titles and 5 in 2014 and hopes for a 6th US Open win when the final Grand Slam of the year begins in less than 2 weeks. On the foreign scene, Kurdish forces claim they have now taken control of Iraq's largest dam north of the country. The ground forces earlier today had launched an attack on Islamic State militants who had seized the dam days ago. That dam supplies water and electricity to the north of the country, and there had been fears that the militants could use it to flood areas downstream. Senior Kurdish official Hoshia Zabari says the forces plan to clear the Nineveh plains next to ensure the return of minorities. In the meantime, thousands of Christians and Yazidis have fled to the mountains after the IS militants began targeting them and executing them in public. Meanwhile, British Prime Minister David Cameron has urged the use of all measures, aid, diplomacy and military prowess to fight the militants for fear of them crossing over to the UK. And the main news again. Collection of voter cards in 12 states has ended today, but INEC has extended the exercise by 2 more days in the FCT due to heavy downpour, promising to also announce the date for the final phase of the exercise. Benue State civil servants are engaged in a cold war with their government over what they call an arbitrary pay cut. They've also accused the state's NLC of treachery. And protesters in Liberia have ransacked a quarantine center for suspected Ebola patients in Monrovia, raising fears of an increase in the number of victims. That's the news at 10 tonight. Thanks for watching. I am Anachi Rani.